Hey, hi. Do you want to speak English fluently? I am often asked you a question. What does a person need to know to start speaking English? What basics or which grammar rules do we need to learn to speak English fluently? How to learn to speak proper English? Welcome to Rachin Valea. Today I will tell you how to speak English fluently and all the basics you need to know to start speaking English easily and correctly. To speak English well, we need to work on our grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. In this video, we will go over the basics of the English languages. Everything you need to know to speak proper English. So let's get started. The first thing we will go over is grammar. Why is grammar important? Because learning the basic grammar rule is very important for speaking English. We need to learn grammar because we want to speak without mistakes and we want people to understand what we say. English grammar can be difficult, but don't worry. We will keep it simple. We will talk about parts of speech in English, articles and tenses. First of all, you need to know part of speech and differentiate and things from another. We have the 8 parts of speech. Parts of speech. But we are gonna be talking about only 4 of them. Noun. A noun is a word used to name a person, place, thing, or idea. For example, a dog, a city, a book, and happiness are all nouns. Verbs. A verb is a word used to describe an action or state of being. For example, run, sing, be, and have are all verbs. Adjectives. An adjective is a word used to describe a pronoun or noun. For example, big, happy, blue, and fast are all adjectives. Pronouns. A pronoun is a word that we use to replace a noun. For example, he, she, it, and they are all pronouns. Another important thing is learning. Articles. I often get asked a question. Do we really need to use articles? Yes, we do. Using article is extremely important. We have the article a, and the. We use a or an the first time we mention or refer to a noun. Example, I bought a new dress yesterday. First mention. Can you believe the dress was 50% off? Second mention. Now it is clear whose dress. The dress you bought yesterday. We use the article a or an. To name. A member of a group jobs. I am a teacher. Nationalities. He is an American. Religions. She is a Buddhism. We use it when it also mean one example. I had one apple at breakfast. We also use it in expressions like a lot of, a little bit of, a ton of. The. We use the with something that was already mentioned as I told you before. When there is just one of something. I am going to the park. There is only one park where I live. When we define a specific person, object, or place. I loved the ring my boyfriend gave me for my birthday. Not just any ring, but especially. The ring my boyfriend gave me for my birthday. We use the article the with things that are unique. There is only one in the world. Everyone around the world knows about the sun. We don't have to explain the sun, so we always use the sun, not as sun. For example, the sun, the solar system, the president of the US. We use the with ordinal numbers and superlative. The first, the second, the third, the biggest, the best, the fastest with some proper nouns. Rivers, the Amazon rivers, the Nile, mountains, ranges, the Andes, the Alps. Ocean, the Pacific Ocean. Now let's talk about the situation. When you don't need to say any articles, we don't use articles with uncountable noun unless referring to a specific example. I love adding milk, uncountable, to my coffee, uncountable. Milk and coffee are uncountable. We can't say the milk unless we refer to a specific milk. For example, the milk is expired, and we never say a milk. Because milk is uncountable, we don't use articles when we talk. Our things is general. All things everywhere. I love watching birds. All birds everywhere. Not just any specific birds. We don't use articles with countries. For example, I love United States. He is from India. Have you visited China? We don't use articles with languages. French, Japanese, English. Tenses. Now let's move on to the next important part, tenses. To speak fluently, you should know how to use basic English tenses. English has many verb tenses that are used to indicate the time frame in which an action is taking place. Here are a few of the most basic tenses. Present simple, used to describe actions that happen regularly or are currently true. For example, I film videos every day. Present continuous, used to describe actions that are happening at the moment. For example, I am filming a video now. Past simple, used to describe actions that have already happened. For example, I filmed a video yesterday. Future simple, used to describe actions that will happen in the future. For example, I will film a video tomorrow. So, to start speaking fluently, you need to know these basic tenses. The next part of learning English is learning vocabulary. Now let's go over some basic vocabulary words to speak English fluently. Basic vocabulary. You should learn greetings, basic questions, basic responses, and common everyday phrases. Let's start with greeting. You probably know the most popular greetings like hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can also learn how dear, howdy, how is going, what's up. Basic questions. What's your name? How are you? Where are you from? What do you do? How old are you? Basic responses. My name is something. I am from the United States. I am 25 years old. I'm a teacher. I am single. I have no children. I like all kinds of music. My favorite food is Italian pasta with a cheese. My favorite color is black. Common everyday phrases. Here are some everyday phrases that you can use in your conversation. Everyday phrases for conversation. Nice to meet you. This is a common phrase used when you first meet someone. You can use it. See you later. This phrase is a casual way to say goodbye, and it's often used in formal situation. It's a good way to end a conversation and show that you want to see the person again. These are just a few examples, and there are many more words and phrases that you can learn to improve your speaking and listening skills. Pronunciation. Finally, let's go over some basic pronunciation tips on my channel. I focus on standard American accent. English is a stage-timed language, which means that the stage of emphasis is placed on certain syllables in a word. For example, in the word important, the stage is on the second syllable, important. Now let's talk about how to improve pronunciation. One of the best ways to improve your pronunciation is to listen to native speakers. You can listen to speak language music, podcast, or watch English language television show or movies. Pay attention to the rhythm and intonation of the language and try to imitate it when you speak. Practice with English language resources. There are many resources available that can help you improve your English pronunciation. This includes language learning apps, online tutorials, and language learning programs. Many of these resources include exercise and activities that are especially designed to help you improve your pronunciation. Record yourself speaking. Recording your speaking can be a great way to identify area of difficulty to track your progress. Once you have recorded yourself, listen to the recording and compare it to native speakers. Pay attention to areas where your pronunciation differs and work on improving them. Practice with a native speaker. If you have access to a native speaker, consider working with them to improve your pronunciation. They can provide you with feedback on your pronunciation and help you work on specific areas of difficulty. Practice with a language exchange partner. If you can't find a teacher or tutor, you can also try a language exchange partner. This is someone who also wants to learn your native language, so you can practice speaking in English with each other. Practice difficult sounds. English has many sounds that may be difficult for non-native speakers. These include the th sound, t, sound, and the I sound. Practice this sound regularly until you feel comfortable pronouncing them. Be patient. Improving your English pronunciation takes time to practice. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and that it's okay to make them. The most important thing is to learn from your mistake and to continue practice and improving. By incorporating these tips into your daily routine, you can improve your English pronunciation over time. Remember to be patient and persistent and to enjoy. Now we have just learned the basics of English grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. I have told you about everything you need to know to become fluent in English and be able to speak proper English. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you like my work, you can send me a super thanks. I will really appreciate it. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. And I will see you next time.